Rack time's over. It's do or die.
Hey everyone, Mom Mike here, and today's a quick video. We are playing some Call of Duty Black Ops 4, so let's get right into it. It's been quite a while since I've posted anything to the channel, and I do apologize for that. I certainly didn't intend to take such a long break, but I was dealing with some issues in my personal life, and having to juggle that with work and also maintaining the channel. It was just too much for me to handle all at once, so the channel is what I kind of needed to take a break from in order to get everything sorted out. But now I am back. I am going to try and start posting content regularly again. It feels so good to be talking to you all, to be recording something, because I've really missed this channel. I've really missed this hobby that I had put so much time and effort into. This channel meant a lot to me. This little community that we had built really meant a lot to me. And I'm just so excited at the thought of being able to come back and start making content again. So a couple little housekeeping things. One thing is that I moved, so I don't have my cool setup anymore. I'm very sad. I really just am not able to set up the shelves, and I don't have that background anymore, which it wasn't just that it looked cool, but it was really a great conversation starter. I would get so many comments saying, oh, what's that piece? And it was just a great way to start conversations, and I also loved doing this shelf tour videos. So I am working on getting a little space set up where I currently live, but it's definitely not as visually interesting. It's not as fun as having all the figures out on the shelves. So I hope you understand that, you know, the setup isn't going to be as neat as it was before. But I'm just so stoked at the idea of getting able to do videos again. I had picked up some really cool things these past couple of months and hadn't been able to share them with you all. So I do have a couple things that I really want to unbox once I have everything set up, including I did receive a package from a subscriber. You know who you are. I am so sorry that it is taking me this long to unbox that, but I have not opened it. I received it the week that I was moving and had just a lot of things going on in my life. So I have the package. I have not opened it because I wanted to wait until I could film my reaction and everything. So please know that I did not forget about that. I just wanted to wait until I could actually film it. I thought that would be a really fun kind of first video for once I have things set up to do in-person videos again. Another thing is I did go to PAX East this year, and I had a great time. It was fantastic, and I would really like to talk about that. I picked up some awesome things. I didn't buy as many things this year as I have in the past, but not for really any reason other than I just didn't see a lot of figures and things this year. There really weren't a lot of figures, and I wasn't really looking for retro games like I was last year, so I just didn't have as many things on my wish list. But I did find some awesome merchandise that I cannot wait to share with you all. And let me just think, oh, one other kind of bit of housekeeping. Because I moved, I did change my P.O. box. So that information is in the About section of my channel where it always is, but that has been updated for anyone that's curious. That has now changed. But I hope you guys are all doing great. I hope you're all enjoying this change of seasons. I know I certainly am. Winter is my favorite season, but I do look forward to spring and summer just for a change of pace. Too much of a good thing always ends poorly, I believe. So I am looking forward to the warm-up here. I'm not a huge fan of hot weather, but right now it's been really nice. It's been in the 60s, low 70s, and it's just been a delight. We've been getting a lot of rain though, so that hasn't been as much fun. But otherwise, things are pretty normal. I'm settling in to my new place. And as I said, I'm trying to get, you know, a little space set up for filming. I especially miss doing the What I'm Playing videos. I so looked forward to those every month, and it was also just a way that I got so many awesome recommendations from you all. You guys have recommended some really great games to me over, you know, the time that I've been doing this channel. And because of you guys, I got into some really cool things, and I miss that so much. So I definitely want to start doing those again, and so we can start having those conversations about games. And I do sincerely apologize to those of you who have been maybe commenting on videos, asking where I've been. it's just been a real rough patch in my life, and so I just have not been able to juggle everything. I do plan on, though, being more consistent with checking comments and things once I kind of get back into the routine of posting content to the channel regularly. I'm sort of starting with gameplay because I don't really have the space completely set up for filming those in-person videos. Oh goodness, and this match is almost over and I never used my ability. But once I have that space set up, I would really like to start doing those when I'm playing videos. Unboxings, I have a couple cool things I picked up. The PAX East video I mentioned, I would love to kind of just go over that day and the things that I got. So I'm really looking forward to getting at the channel kind of back up and running. It means the world to me, though, the people who have been commenting, kind of asking where I've been or checking up on me on Twitter. It means so much to me that there are people who miss the silly little videos that I do. I have put a lot of effort into this channel over the years. It means a lot to me that people appreciated that and that they miss it. And I'm working very hard to try and come back so I can start posting content again.
Team deathmatch. Special forces are cleared to engage.
Alright, so while we're here, why don't we kind of do like a little bit of what I'm playing, because I've really missed that and I would love to hear from you guys. So me personally, I have been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This game has consumed so much of my time. When I'm not playing this, I've been playing Shining Resonance Refrain on the Nintendo Switch. I took a little bit of a break from it, and now I've picked it back up again, and just right back where I left off. It's fantastic. Talking about that game a bit, if you haven't played it, I compare it to the Tales games. If you're curious which Tales games I've played that kind of influenced my thought process there, I've played Tales of Hearts R, Tales of Berseria, and Tales of Graces F. Wow, we were off to a bad start. I'm not seeing anyone. I just keep getting killed from behind. But those are the Tales games that I've played and that have me saying, this game reminds me of that. It is by no means a copycat, it's by no means like a poor imitation. It's just, to me, that's the closest thing that I can compare it to. If you kind of want more information about the game, I really like it. It has a fantastic story. The story is a lot darker than I anticipated, but the theme of the game is music. That's a huge part of the game, and it's actually involved in the strategy of the game. Essentially, you have different songs that you can play during battle, and they give you different boosts and different benefits, I should say. So I really like the game. It has the same combat system as Tales, very similar, where it's that free roam combat. It's not like a strategy RPG or a turn-based RPG, and I like it a lot. You have a very wide variety of abilities to choose from for each character. Each character, for the most part, they do align with a certain element, let's say. So you do have one character that has a variety of fire abilities that are different and unique. You have a different character that has a variety of ice abilities. You really can customize how you want to play this game, customize your party, and I like that a lot. There's so many options and so many different ways to play. You have characters that use range attacks, you have characters that are very melee heavy. It's a lot of fun, and the story is fantastic. I should not have reloaded there. I'm still working on breaking the habit of reloading too often. We'll talk about Call of Duty a little bit after this, but I do just want to say Shining Resonance Refrain, if you're looking for a JRPG on Nintendo Switch, highly recommend it. The average kind of playtime people were listing online was, around 60 hours or so. I believe I'm around 25 hours in, but I'm loving every second of it. It's just been an absolute blast to play. A lot of great variety of enemies. The places that you go in the game, the different locations are just beautiful. The art style is great. And again, because music is such a central focus of the game, the music is beautiful. And dragons are also a big theme in this game, and it's wicked cool. I like it a lot and have been playing a ton of it. So aside from that, though, as I mentioned, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and I really love this game. I've been playing primarily as Zero, I really like her ability, which is called the Ice Pick. It's this hacking device. And basically you can hack into other people's, score streaks and different things they put out, like the barriers, the mesh mines. Some things you hack and they become destroyed, like the mantis or like the sniper's nest. Other things you hack and it becomes yours, like a sentry or an attack helicopter. It is pretty balanced because you can't just hack and take over anything. Some things you destroy, which is equally beneficial, but some things you do get to take over. Another example is those barriers that kind of produce that heat that hurts you, whatever it is. That's another one that you can take over and actually have it be yours and it fights for you. So I really like playing as Zero. She's a support character, I feel, but she's definitely, you can still get a lot of kills with her and her abilities can still be lethal, which I really like. And right now, see, I use this partly because the match is close to being over. They didn't have anything on the battlefield for me to hack into other than the enemies themselves, but that does disable their UAV. It shows their health and their ammo all wonky. So I really like playing as Zero, and I also just think she's really cool to play as. She's a neat looking character. But I've enjoyed this game a lot. For the most part, the maps are, mid-sized maps. Not a lot of really big maps, because I generally dislike that in Call of Duty, so for the most part, these are small to mid-sized maps, which is ideal for me. Oh no, dog. Oh man. I hate the dogs, they're so scary. The worst is if you're crouched on the ground and the dog comes up to you, it is so scary. But I've been having a blast with this. I am so debating on picking up the DLC because I really like the DLC maps, especially Casino and, is it called Elevation? I think that's the one. I really like the DLC maps, but I just keep saying, oh no, do I really want to spend, another $50 on this? Because to myself, I think I could buy Yoshi's Crafted World or, just buy a completely different game. But I do really like it, and I know that there's going to be even more maps coming out, so I'm considering it, but as of right now, I've put a ton of time into this game, and I'm just still happy with the base maps. I haven't really been bored with it at all. I don't say, oh, I need new maps because this is starting to get boring, this is starting to get old. I'm still just feeling so fresh with this game that I don't really think I need the DLC, but I might end up picking it up. I'm still just kind of on the fence about it. But that's really what I've been playing, is Shining Resonance Refrain and Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Definitely let me know in the comments below what games you guys have been playing lately. It's been a couple of months, so just, let me know, what have you been playing so far in 2019? What games have you really enjoyed? I'm sad because I moved. I guess this is part of housekeeping. Because I moved, I no longer have a PlayStation. I really didn't get to take my consoles with me. I had to buy a new Xbox, and I was able to take my Switch, my Wii U, the Vita, the 3DS, things like that, but I wasn't able to take my PS3 or, either PlayStation 4s, so I don't have a PlayStation anymore. I'm so bummed because I really wanted to play Days Gone. I know it's not doing fantastically in terms of criticisms, but I still really wanted to play it, and I've heard that it's decent, and I really wanted to play Judgment, which is coming out in June. That is from the developers of the Yakuza series, and I really wanted to play that too, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy a PlayStation or not by then. I might just buy the game because right now if you pre-order it, it has like reversible artwork and it comes with a sticker, and I really want it. But I don't know if I'm actually gonna have a PS4 by then. We'll see. But the move really did a lot of damage. I don't have a PSVR anymore. There's just a lot of things I wasn't able to take, and that's a whole situation, but positivity. I'm back to making content now. I really want to be consistent with this. Once I get my space set up for doing in-person videos, I have a couple things that I want to unbox, or also things I just want to show off. I picked up the Jump Force Collector's Edition, the one that came with the statue and the art boards. It also came with the Steelbook edition of the game, and I've already unboxed that. I'm terrible at it. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at that game. But I really wanted it because the statue was exclusive to that set, and I just absolutely had to have it. So I picked that up, but I couldn't do an unboxing or anything like that. So it's already unboxed, but I would still like to just show that off. just say, hey, look at this statue, you know, kind of go over what was included in that collector's edition. I picked up the Borderlands
Team
remaster.
deathmatch.
That I actually have not unboxed
Ops,
yet
go to work.
because I just haven't started it yet. That was a funny story though. So my best friend, we had both pre-ordered that game at our local GameStop exclusive.
We're winning this.
So we go ahead, we pre-order it online for pickup in store. And he goes to the store to pick it up. And they said, you're the first person to come in to pick it up for Xbox, and it's the only copy. And, you know, this kind of irritates me because they only got one copy. And they basically just were gonna say, whoever comes here first gets it. But when he picked up his copy, they didn't cancel the pre-orders. Like, you didn't get an email saying, like, hey, this has been canceled. They didn't call. They were just gonna wait until people went there and then just tell them we don't have it, which kind of irked me a little bit. But basically, he knew how badly I wanted this game. If you know me, if you've been watching the channel, you know, from the beginning, you know that the original Borderlands is one of my all-time favorite games. It's definitely my favorite in the Borderlands series. And so I have been, for years, saying that I want a remaster of the original Borderlands. This is something that I have been just absolutely hoping for so long. So when they announced this, I was over the moon. I couldn't believe it. I, you know, pre-ordered it right away. And then, so he knew how badly I wanted this game, and he actually gave me his copy. He said, you know, this is an early birthday present. I was just so delighted. You know, I couldn't believe someone would do that for me. But he was still able to get one. Don't worry, the 2K store was selling them and the shipping was wicked cheap. But I was just so shocked that GameStop, having this as an exclusive game, you can only get it here, they only got 3 total copies. They got 2 PlayStation 4 copies, they got 1 Xbox One copy, and that's all they had. And they said they had been calling corporate, all the other stores in Massachusetts, same deal, they only got 3 or 4 copies per store. It was just a whole debacle. And the thing with GameStop, you order it online, their shipping can be like $6 for one item. Or also, it's just wicked slow. Even at that price, it's slow shipping. I just was really unhappy with that. I thought, wow, this is an exclusive, and day one in store, you have 3 copies. They had no word on whether they were going to get more of them. I was just really shocked at how that was handled. Absolutely delighted, though, that I got a copy of it at all, and I'm just so grateful that my friend gave me theirs, and, you know, best early birthday present ever, because that game just means so much to me. The Borderlands series, I absolutely adore. Everyone knows I'm a Claptrap fanatic. I'm just such a huge fan of the characters in that game, but Claptrap, I have, you know, everything Claptrap, I have it. I've got shirts, I've got figures, I've got the Claptrap robot. So for me, this getting remastered, having this first game redone for the modern consoles is just amazing. And I really am just so excited to start it. I'm waiting though until we can play co-op because I really want to be able to play that with somebody. So right now we both have games that we're already working on, my friend and I. But once we both kind of have our schedules clear, we're going to play some of that co-op together, and I'm so looking forward to it. But that's just another example of a video I'd like to do. That was a long-winded story. But that's another thing I'd like to do, is unbox that game, because I picked it up, but I never actually opened it. And another cool little game I picked up, it's called The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. I might have that backwards, but that is a cool little game on Switch. You're essentially playing through like a storybook. So it's like a side-scrolling game, and as you move through it, you turn the pages to the next page of the book. It looks really cool. It's really just visually, wow, it's really neat. And it has a neat little story to it, and that game is relatively short. That's something maybe we could play on here if people are interested in that, because it's a pretty short game. If my memory is correct, I believe it's like 4 to 5 hours, so maybe that's something we could actually play on here together. If anyone is interested, let me know in the comments. Certainly check out the game on Amazon or on GameStop, see if that's something you think you'd be interested in watching me play. I would be delighted to. But I have just some neat little things. that I would really like to show off once I get this studio up and running, once I'm all set to start doing those in-person videos again, because I've so missed it. And I really have just missed our conversations as well. We had built such a nice little community here. I think we have a nice little positive space. We're always able to talk about games we like. It was really, I felt like the kind of our comment section here was always pretty positive, and I just really missed that. I missed talking about games with you guys. It was just really difficult to have to put the channel on the back burner, and I certainly didn't intend to do so for such a long period of time. But I just had to focus on me for a bit, and juggling work, life, and the channel was just something I was not capable of at the time. But I am just so stoked to be doing this video, and I really hope that you guys are happy to hear from me as well. But I am just still working on the last kind of details of getting a space put together for filming. I don't really have an ideal setup right now, and I'm not going to be in this current living situation for super long. I will be moving probably in the fall. So this won't be permanent, but... Oh, this guy. No. Oh, there we go. But for right now, I just really wanted to at least make a couple videos in this current space. Part of what's taken me so long is that where I currently live, I just need to test things out. I was trying to find where's the best lighting in this, place that I live, the best sound. We have a lot of hardwood floors here, which are pretty, pretty to look at, nice to live on, but they are echoey. So I had to try and find, a room that had carpet, a room that had good light, trying to balance that, and, getting lights and things that I needed. Oh man, I hate the sword guy. I hate that guy so much. So that's part of what has taken me so long, is I have been trying different setups in this current space, just trying to get the best one for what I currently have. And it's not going to be ideal. It's not going to look wicked cool. It's probably going to look pretty trash, honestly. But the content is what matters to me. And eventually, I hope to set up a space that I like better. But that's probably going to be closer to fall, if I am able to move again at that point and get into a space that's better for me overall.
Mission objectives green across the board. Team deathmatch. Work your frag list.
Alright, one last match, and it's on my favorite map, which is Hacienda. This is my favorite map in the game. I was really happy that they brought back Slums and Nuketown, because those were spectacular maps from Black Ops 2. But this is my favorite of the new maps. I really like these long straightaways. It reminds me very much of a map in Modern Warfare 3. I can never remember the name of it, but it had like a white building with some really long hallways, and then it had like a brick building or like a stone building. I'm blanking a little bit on exactly what it looked like, but it was two buildings, and you kind of could work between the buildings. There were windows, so you could kind of have crossfire between them. Then there were also these wicked long hallways in the white building that were a lot of fun to kind of mess with. So I really like this map. Other maps I super like, let's see, I really like Arsenal. I do not like Arsenal Sandstorm though. That one I dislike very much. Oh no, a lot of guys over there. Okay. Oh no, cluster grenade. For the most part, actually, I like the maps in this game pretty well. There's only a couple that I don't really like. I'm not crazy about frequency, I'm not crazy about jungle, but otherwise I really like the maps in this game. But Hacienda is my favorite. I'm not crazy about Morocco. I just never quite get the flow of it, I guess. And wow, I'm not doing super well on this one today. My favorite map in the game, and I'm not doing well at all. Oh, Gridlock is the other one. That's my second favorite map behind this one. It's a lot of fun. That's a pretty small map, and you're kind of on city streets. That one's a lot of fun. There we go. That's a little bit better at least. Oh, another guy, another guy. Oh my goodness, we got him. We got him. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we got him though. Ran out of ammo on that one though. Just too many of them all together. But that was a decent little run. I'll take that. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, I should have gone back in the cover. I'm still also in this game where you have like the health shot that you can use, and I'm still getting used to kind of the rhythm of that, when to use it, when to balance, you know, do I reload or do I heal type thing. I'm still getting used to that system. I'm still getting used to that mechanic in this game. It's very different to have in Call of Duty where you kind of self-heal. And I really like this game overall. I like the specialists. Of course, there are some that I find annoying. It's kind of that Overwatch quality of it's really fun and you get to choose who you want to play as, but there's going to be other specialists that just really bug you, that you really don't like their play style, you don't like their abilities. And so there are a couple that really annoy me, but I have fun with it still. I so enjoy this game. And I'm just happy that it's really what I was looking for in a new Call of Duty. It's enough of the things that I wanted and liked from previous games with enough new things to keep it really fresh and differentiate it from previous entries. Alright, oh. Oh, we got him. Ah, oh no, oh no, oh no. A lot going on here, Okay, alright. Nobody up there. Oh no! I hate when they jump around the corners like that. It always startles me. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was dicey. Oh man, I shouldn't have called in that UAV right there, but you just never know what's gonna happen. But that's part of why I love this map. It's so fast-paced. It can be. Sometimes people get really campy and just want to hang out kind of in one zone, but otherwise this map can be really good. I was debating on calling in, or debating on using the ice pick there, but I try to wait and see if they get something good. See if they get a helicopter or a sniper's nest, mantis, you know, something to destroy. I try and wait. Otherwise I'll just use it kind of towards the end of the match if they don't actually get anything good. Or if we have a severe deficit, it can be disorienting enough that it can be really helpful, even if they don't have any great items for me to hack. Just using it on just the normal enemies, or if they have mesh mines, things like that out on the battlefield. It's helpful enough. Let's see, did that wager pay off? I decided to heal instead of reload, and that wager worked out that time, but ooh, that was dicey. That was dicey. Oh, I was trying to get back behind that corner, but they got me. What's going on up here?
Rigging disruptor on.
Oh, it went backwards. One of the best things about the disruptor, it's not just what it does, but that it tells you how many enemies are there. You throw that into a room, it will either tell you that the room is empty, so that, hey, you know that this is, you know, relatively safe to walk into, or it's going to tell you, hey, you just hit 3 enemies with that, so you know what you're getting yourself into, you know how many people are down there. And so that's actually one of the best benefits of it. It's not just what it actually does in disrupting them, but the fact that you now know how many people are in that room, if any, or you know how many people are down that hallway.
We have the advantage.
It's just one of the things I really enjoy playing as Zero. I do like playing as these kind of pseudo support characters, and I think Zero definitely fits that category. She's, you know, mainly support. Her ability doesn't inherently kill people. So to me that makes her more of a support player, or, you know, her first, you know, kind of grenade, it's not a grenade, but I'm not sure what to call it, her tactical item isn't lethal. It helps. You can get rid of razor wire with it. You can disrupt a barrier with it. It does a lot of helpful things, but it isn't inherently lethal.
Injecting data packets.
To me, that makes Zero more of a support character, and I like that. I like feeling that I'm helping the team out, doing things that can kind of clear the way on the battlefield, getting rid of razor wire, getting rid of mesh mines, but still also being able to be lethal with the ice pick, depending on what they have out there. Oh no, there's 3 people in that hallway. But hey, we still won that game, so I'll take it. Oh hey, 25-13, not nearly as bad as I thought I did on that match. So I'm gonna cut the video here. I really just do want to say thank you so much to those of you who had, been checking up on me recently. It means the world to me, and I really am working on being consistent. I'm gonna start trying to post content again, at least on a weekly basis. Going to start with gameplay because it's what I have the setup for right now. It's what I have access to, but I am working, really hard to get a little space set up to film. And as I said, it's not going to be as cool, it's not going to be as visually interesting, but hopefully you guys are happy to hear from me, and hopefully you don't mind too much that my background isn't as cool as it used to be. Maybe in a few months, if I move again later in the year, I can get something set up that's a bit more fun and a bit more me. But right now, I'm just so stoked at the idea of being able to start posting content again, and I sincerely hope that you guys are too. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you're happy to hear from me. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!